Hi, and welcome back to Two Snarky Girls. I'm Snarky number 2,
And I'm snarky number 1.
and we are here today with something a few of you have said that you would be interested in watching. So I will let Snarky 1 take it from here.
Okay. So yeah, this is more dark oriented content. As you can see, we're not using any like jokey names here as we usually do. We don't have the same intro because this isn't Girl World related. We're going to be watching some Mackenzi Shirilla case video, specifically a video where she is harassing and abusing Dominic Russo. It's an audio that he recorded of her trying to break into his house. It's about 6 minutes long. And then we're going to watch a kind of like cut version, a shorter version of the interview that her father did with Chris Cuomo a few days ago, last week, I don't know. So we are going to start off by going through some of the case info really quick, just in case some of y'all don't know about this. There's a lot of information. I'm sure your true crime channels that you watch have already done deep dives and stuff, but yeah, we wanted to put ourselves in the ring for this because it's really, really fascinating. So
Yep. So I figured before we watch the interview, we want to provide some context for any viewers who maybe don't know much about this case. So I personally like to title things by the names of the victims and not by the perpetrator, because I think she's infamous enough, and she's like a fucking influencer too. So this is the murder of Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan.
And for anybody who doesn't know, this is the same case it's the same case as is covered in The Crash, which is a Netflix documentary that came out like last week.
So just a little bit of background. And again, like Snarky One mentioned, we're not doing a deep dive into the case itself. So if you're interested, please, there's tons of their creators you can go watch and get all the information you want. But in general, just so that you kind of know who these people are. So Dominic Russo, I took this right off his obituary. He was described as athletic, outgoing, and a cherished member of his family. He was the boyfriend of Mackenzi. They'd been dating for 4 years. And they were described as having a really tumultuous relationship, very toxic and abusive. And I guess it was like on and off abuse on both parts, I would say, but primarily Mackenzi. And then the other victim in this case is Flanagan. So Flanagan was a close friend of both Russo and Mackenzi. I want to say more Russos, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, they weren't like best friends, but they were like getting a little closer before this happened.
And he was with the pair on the day of the accident, obviously. So they had been hanging out. And he, as according to his obituary, was described as a kind-hearted young man with an infectious smile. He was also adopted by his loving family and was a part-time youth coach, swim coach. So
yeah, he looks really sweet.
Yeah,
Davion.
it's very unfortunate to be like caught up in the middle of like just some really horrible shit. So I took this off of the wiki. And I'll just make this bigger so that it's more readable. So do you want to read this first line and then I can read the second one?
Sure.
Okay.
On July 30th, 2022, Shirilla, Russo, and Flanagan spent time together in the hours before the crash. At approximately 10:15 p.m., they attended a graduation party held at the house of Kelly Varaha, one of Shirilla's friends. At 11 p.m., the trio drove down to the house of their friend, Paul, where they listened to music and smoked marijuana. They stayed there until early morning on July 31st, and they left at 5:30 a.m. At 5:34, a CCTV camera captured Shirilla's 2018 Toyota Camry slowly turning right from Pearl Road onto Progress Drive. 1 minute later, a second camera captured the car speeding with lights on at the end of Progress Drive. It crossed the T-split with Alameda Drive and accelerated into the Plidco building, with the passenger side of the vehicle colliding with a corner of the structure. On the 2022 Google Earth Street View, the impact site could be seen as a blue plastic sheet covering the wall. The car was traveling at over 100 miles per hour when it crashed.
Yeah, that's like the infamous video that if you know anything about this case, you've probably seen it. It's really horrific. So, continuing here, so this just describes where the people were positioned in the car. So Mackenzie was driving, Russo was sitting in the passenger seat, and Flanagan was sitting in the back. Responding officers, if you watched the documentary, talked about how the car was split in two and that it was the worst car crash that they'd ever seen. Mackenzie was severely injured and was airlifted to the hospital where she had multiple surgeries. And the two boys or young men died on scene. And when Mackenzie was made aware that the guys died, she was like inconsolable. But then, like, you got to watch the documentary, you got to watch the videos and like the like raw footage of her being questioned because it's just like horrific. The way
Yeah,
that she has no remorse.
yeah, and I feel like the only reason she was inconsolable when she woke up was because she realized she didn't unalive herself. And
Probably,
she
yeah.
made it and they didn't.
Yeah.
So,
So, Shirilla posted multiple videos about her time in the hospital, showing the interior of the medical ward. The popularity of her account peaked during her hospital stay, where she showed videos of her sitting in a wheelchair, attending concerts. She also posted satirical TikToks with her saying, I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die. And I feel like that's really like all you need to know about like her fucking degenerate personality. So the arrest and trial, by November 4th of that same year, the police had gathered enough evidence to arrest her shortly after being discharged from the hospital. She was ultimately charged with 17 crimes, which included 2 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of drug trafficking.
she
The
had she had like a bunch of weed in there. And I think mushrooms too.
Yes. And then the important thing to note about this is that she opted for a bench trial. So she didn't want to go in front of a jury and be like, subject to criticism by like an audience. She just wanted the judge to decide her fate. And with that, she was she was sentenced to life in prison with 2 consecutive, like concurrent life sentences, with the caveat that she has the possibility of parole in 15 years. And she's already applied for parole once, I believe, and already like got denied.
No,
Could be wrong. I'm pretty
I
sure.
think you're wrong. She's applied for an appeal.
Okay, appeal. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
Netflix documentary is called The Crash, and the documentary has viewers divided. While some find it fascinating to see the lack of remorse and accountability, others find that the movie is exploiting tragedy for profit, like a lot of true crime things, honestly.
Mhm.
But of all the criticism it has received, the person who has faced the most backlash is actually her father, like as of recent,
Mhm.
and also her mom. Because we're not going to go over it today. Maybe we'll go over it later if you guys want. But there's a ton of jail calls that have been released of her and her mom
Yeah.
kikiing, just laughing at these people's family, like just disgusting, despicable fucking behavior.
And that's why I was down to do this video with you, because when you told me about the documentary, I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And then I was like passively watching it on the couch, but like listening to the parents, absolute, like, I don't even know how to describe how repugnant these people are. Um I'm so glad that this interview came out. And then, right, I texted you when I saw on the news that like the dad had been fucking fired from his job, as he fucking should be. And it's
Yeah.
because of his demeanor in the crash, like the documentary. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So let me pull up this next thing if you want to intro it.
Okay, so this happened before the crash. Again, there's so freaking much in this case. There's like thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, I think, of text messages throughout their relationship that have been shared. And they're really interesting, and they show clear abuse and like just violence constantly. And this is a video that Dominic Russo took of him inside his home, but talking on the phone with Mackenzi while Mackenzi is outside. So this is kind of triggering, honestly.
Yeah, but it gives context, so we'll just kind of just let it play and
Yeah.
go from there.
Can you look at the chat?
Dom?
Wait, I'm sorry. Before we start, let's just do another like trigger warning that this is like highly distressing, it's abusive, and it's like threatening violence. So just FYI.
Dom, if you do not open, like, you think I'm joking. You think I'm joking. Like, I'm dead ass.
What? What are you dead ass about?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one last chance to open the door.
So, okay, sorry. Just some more context on this video as I'm remembering it is that they were currently fighting, and she was trying to get in his house because she was supposed to go to dinner with him and his family. And you'll be able to get that from the context of the audio.
Kenzie, I can't open the door. I can't sit here and fight. We gotta go to dinner. To see my grandparents. Like I can't
You're
sit.
not going to dinner if you don't open the door. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
And then what? What would happen? What are you trying to say?
Fucking dictator ass bitch.
I told you what happened. You're not coming to dinner. You're not going to dinner.
Wow.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know it. That's exactly what I mean. You don't even know exactly what I mean. You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
I can't. No. Like you can't keep. You can't keep making all these threats. Like I can't
And you
open the
can't
door.
keep kicking me out of a place that you say is my home.
Kenzie, I didn't kick you out. You took all your shit and dipped. And said we were done. Like,
I did not say we are done. Dom? Okay, ready? I'm going to count to 10. The door's going to open, okay? You're going to open the door and stop hiding behind the door like a little bitch. Ready? 1, 2, 3,
Kenzie, I can't open the door.
4. Okay, I'm going to break something, man.
Why would you break something? Why? What are you trying to break?
Okay, open the door.
What are you trying to break?
Open the door.
No, I'm not
This is his family home, by the way.
opening the door.
Dom, I'm going to give you, if this phone call hits 5 minutes, we're breaking up.
Kenzie, I can't do that right now. You can't sit here and fight like.
Okay, well, you're not going to dinner.
Okay, well, step away from the door. Maybe I can come outside and talk for a second.
No, we're not fighting outside. You're gonna open the door right now.
Why are we
You have
fighting outside?
1 minute now, actually.
Look, wait, now my mom's trying to call me. Like, I got it.
No, if you hang up on me, we're done. I'm leaving.
Kenzie, there's nothing I could do. Like, I can't. I'm not.
There is. Stop being a little.
I can't let you in my house with how you're acting. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, there's no way. There's no way I should. Like,
I'm just gonna break the handle off.
huh?
I'm just gonna break the handle off. It's already moving.
Break the lock? Like, you're really gonna break into my house?
Yes, I will. I will break into my house. You're right. I will break into it.
It's not your house. It's my house.
It is. Dom, now open the door. Now open the door. You have 30 seconds left on the phone call to open the door. We're done.
Mackenzie, I really don't think I can.
If
I don't
you
think.
can't open the door, then you can't be in a relationship with me.
Kenzie,
You
you're threatening to
20 seconds
break shit out. You're like, oh, I'm gonna break the glass and shit. You're threatening crazy shit.
left. You have 10 seconds to open this door, or we are broken up.
Kenzie, I really don't think I can. Like, why can't we just do this? Like, why can't we
We're
just do
not
this
doing
later?
it later because I'm coming to dinner. You have 5 seconds to open the
Well,
door.
you want to come to dinner with us? You want to come to dinner with us? Is that what you're saying?
Open the door right now.
You can come to dinner with us if you want.
Open the door.
Kenzie, if you want, you can come to dinner with us.
Tom, if you don't open the door, I'm keying your car.
Why the f would you key my... Why? Are you...
Okay, you have 30 seconds, or I'm going to do it.
Kenzie, do not key my car. Do not do anything to my car. I need to call my mom back, babe.
Alright, is the door unlocked? I'm about to test it.
No, Kenzie, it's not unlocked. Like, why are you acting like this?
Dom, I'm going to give you one last second, or I'm going to have to key your car.
Why? Why would that ever be like an option?
We're broken up if you don't let me in the house. I'm breaking up. I will break up with you. I'm going to break up with you if you do not open this door.
You really took all your left. I thought like you didn't want to be here.
Okay, I'm going to break into your house then.
Dude, what the actual...
Well, I just broke your key thing, so that sucks.
What key thing?
I don't know. You're going to have to open the door to see it, because that's where it's up from the outside.
Okay.
Now open the door.
No. Like, no. Like, you're not... Like, you're like saying you're breaking stuff. Like, you're not coming in my house.
I will break. Do I have to, like, call the police?
Why? Why would you call the police?
Do I have to call the police? Are you not going to let me into my house?
This is not your house. Alright, I'm calling my mom.
No, you're not. No,
yes,
you're
I
not.
am. I'm calling my... You're not doing this.
Then we're going to break up.
This is my house. You
Then
don't...
we are done. If you do not let me in the house that I sleep in every night, we are done.
Kenzie, I can't
If
let
this
you in the
phone
house.
call hits 10 minutes and I'm not in the house, then we're done.
No, Kenzie. No, Kenzie. I'm calling my mom. Goodbye.
No, you're not.
Yeah, so that's disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah, typical abuse, like, I'm gonna count until this and just doing ultimatums, and it's like can't take no for an answer, just all around very fucking disgusting. So
I'm gonna have to key your car.
You blame yourself for...
So this is the video we're gonna be watching, the main video. So I guess context is that this bitch was constantly smoking blunts on camera, posting on Snapchat, posting on Instagram, just like outfit of the day, wearing Dior and like all the high-end brands, and literally taking video of herself blowing down in the car. So yeah, this is the interview, or parts of the interview. It's just a condensed version because we don't want to spend 3 hours here, but we will do a longer one if people are interested. So here we go. This is with Chris Cuomo and Mackenzi, Shirilla's fucking father.
Do you blame yourself for your daughter's behavior?
Do I blame myself? Can I have Could I have advised her better? Sure. Do I think it would have made any difference? I don't know. I don't have I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with the marijuana use. I'm sorry. I just don't. It's a battle that I would never win. How am I stopping her? Was I going to lock her in her room and never let her out of the room? Was I supposed to go with her everywhere she goes? Could I took the car away? Could I there's just so many factors that had nothing to do with it.
Again, I'm judging Steve. I'm not judging you or your wife, but I don't know how much of the audience are parents, but you and I both know, as does your wife, the answer to every suggestion you just made is yes. That's what we do. I told you not to drink with your friends. You drank. Now you're not going out. Oh, you did it again. Now you can't drive. Oh, you did it again. Now you're not going anywhere for a week.
We have.
Okay. Also, something to note, and it's incredibly obvious in the longer version. I'm sure we'll see it here, but he's being interviewed. He's against a wall, and he keeps looking above. Who he's looking at is his wife. This guy is incredibly whipped by his dumb fucking wife, who's incredibly whipped by their daughter.
He's being like coached.
Yes. It's crazy. You can hear it in the background at some points, but yeah, just keep an eye out on his eyes.
Her.
That's why parenting can
beady ass fucking eyes
can suck. That's why we're not their friends.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. I've taken her door off her room. I've taken her phone, all her electronics. I mean, this.
You hear her back there?
Kid is not unpunished. Okay, Did we dote on our daughter? Yeah. Did I give her what I could? Yes. I gave her things I didn't get when I was a kid. That's me being a parent. I love.
So you also, did you get boundaries?
My kid. I love my kid.
What?
And
go ahead.
I love that kid. There was not a problem with her until this accident and how it got blown out of proportion.
I took the door off its hinges and I punished her relentlessly, but there was no problem before this accident. What the fuck?
And how everything now is so blown out of proportion. It's, mind you, nothing that I'm doing or saying, nothing my wife has said, has anything to do with the prosecution not having any evidence to support their charges. That's it. Okay, it's just smoke and mirrors after the trial. Anything that, oh, we're terrible parents. Oh, we entitled her.
It's crazy because the evidence that the court presented for why this is the thing is like, okay, her driving a car that ultimately killed 2 people, even if it was totally unintentional and a true accident, it would still be manslaughter because you still killed people. That's like the bare minimum here. The court looked at the, it's kind of like the black box of the car, and were able to determine that she did not let her foot off the gas pedal before crashing into that brick wall. So that's why then Mackenzi in multiple interviews said like, well, I had like a medical event. Like I was just deranged, and she like conveniently couldn't remember anything. And again, her mom telling her, well, you obviously had a medical event. And then her being like, yes, exactly. But I mean, usually when people lose consciousness, their body kind of drops, right?
Right.
So you any force that your leg is exerting would no longer be exerted when you're unconscious. So it's just lots of holes in the story. There's
so much evidence. There's literally a recording of, I think,
multiple cameras. Yes,
but the police cam of her, the first thing she said one of the first things she said when she woke up to her mother when she was in the hospital bed was, "Can we tell them I had a seizure?" in fucking pig Latin, as if what the fuck?
Yeah, you're speaking the cops' language, bitch. The fuck?
Okay, that's funny. Wow, that was funny. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, And you know, there are ways to tell whether or not a person actually had a seizure. So I mean,
right, they would have seen it in her fucking brain, like just
stupid all around.
Nothing to do. Me not caring that she was smoking marijuana with her boyfriend and her friends has nothing to do with that accident. It has nothing to do with it.
Do you think the documentary filmmakers had an agenda? Do you think that they were out?
I believe
that's a dumb question, Chris Cuomo. Come on.
They did. I believe they misrepresented themselves when they spoke to us. I believe they came in with a set idea of who my daughter was and who we are.
Because it's really not that hard to know what's going on.
And I also feel, though, once they started talking to us, I think we gave them other stuff to look at. But in the end, their editor and the way they produced it went against what they said to us.
Yeah, because they saw what you sent them and they said, wow, these people are fucking delusional. We're not going to show this. Although they could have, on the documentary, what they could have done is add like a post-production, like clown show, like commentary about all of the evidence that they sent in.
And the families, my understanding is the families had editing control during this documentary because they were able to see.
Because they lost their fucking children because of your dumb fucking daughter.
View it prior to it hitting the air. And my understanding, and we weren't allowed. Yeah, we weren't allowed. So like I said, I believe they had an agenda and they did it. And that was a mistake on our part because we believed that they wanted to be an unbiased, fair platform for us to give our story out. And if they would have used the 3 days they interviewed us stuff, I think there would have been a different light on that documentary. It would have looked different. There would have cast some more light on what the prosecution has and does not have. And
you can make your own documentary, broke ass.
And the narrative that they put out is just that, a story.
You have what they have and you have the narrative. We'll put that in two pieces. The first point.
Let me ask you this question before you go. What do you think they have as evidence?
Okay. Here's the problem.
I mean, she's been charged.
Yeah, they want to do a retrial, bro.
Like QAnon conspiracy brain.
For sure.
Like the evidence has been presented, and the judge who went to school to be a judge determined that it was. And the thing is, like, you don't charge a young woman with murder lightly. Unfortunately, our justice system is not very just. And we see time and time again different demographics of people getting the maximum sentences. So when you see like a very young, considerably like attractive younger woman who gets put in prison for 2 consecutive life sentences, they probably have significant amounts of evidence. And like all these videos of her, like, and all the texts of her berating her now deceased boyfriend. I mean, it's been a repeated pattern, and this is the inevitability that occurs when you don't intervene and you instead live in your fucking Delulu land.
For the defense with this case, there is an unusual amount of objective data about what happened.
He'll probably say it throughout this, but Chris Cuomo is a lawyer.
Happened after that right turn was made and until the car struck the sign.
Actually, no, that's not true.
Steve, let me.
Here he goes trying to twist the data.
Let me explain why I say it.
Let me explain, because I've looked at all this evidence. They got her turning.
Bruh, respectfully, you were an art teacher in a Catholic school. Shut the fuck up. You don't understand the data.
Her turning on the road, the right turn. Yes. Blinker.
No one needs to understand the data. I'm not a fucking lawyer, and I can look at a fucking video and see that she floored her fucking gas pedal and smashed into a building.
And there's also video of somebody. Basically, there's like a video of Mackenzie threatening to crash Dom's car previously. Like somebody else, a third party, heard that shit.
Yep.
Blah blah. Right.
Yes.
We agree.
Nice and slow.
Nice and slow, like a normal. Okay. The road is a cut through. In Strong's lawyer, it's a known cut through. The detectives, even in their notes, state as much. Okay, it is a cut through.
A cut through for who? Drunks? I don't see people cutting through grass fields because it's the easy way. What the fuck is he talking about?
There is no evidence from just after the turn to 4.74 seconds prior to that car hitting that wall. There's nothing. There is absolutely zero.
Okay, so if there's
so fast, she flew by.
But also he's saying there's no data between the beginning and the end. That's because, so what does he think that like there's a piece of it that cut out where she slowed down to then go 100 miles an hour again for the last 4 seconds? Like what?
To be honest, obviously, like, I don't think him or his wife truly believe the bullshit that they're saying. They're just hoping that others will, and that they'll like support them when they appeal again. But it's also giving like, he's like, well, I don't know what happened in the last 4 seconds between that and the crash. So it's like him putting a piece, like a puzzle together, and he's missing one piece, and he's like, I can't see what image this is. Like, it's all there. The last piece is missing, and he's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, bro, like, you're just telling on yourself that you are too stupid to understand. Like,
no, I mean, this is a, like you said, the delusion of.
Yeah, he's delusional.
Like,
information. There's no
willfully ignorant.
There's no cabin recorder.
The way that the parents act, like they're terrified of this fucking little girl. Like she probably treats them exactly how she treated Dom in that video, if not worse.
There's nothing. And mind you, I'm not saying Potts is the reason for it. I'm not saying the car had an issue. I'm not saying the boys did anything. I don't know. I have no idea.
Then shut the fuck up.
What happened in that car? And
My
if
God.
I don't have any idea, nobody does.
This happened in Ohio, by the way.
I understand. Now, the problem with that, in terms of the judge, is I don't remember anything from Mackenzie. If Mackenzie gets on the stand and remembers everything and tells any other kind of explanation for what happened in the car, this may have been different. Yeah, but her saying, I don't remember anything, is a suspicious answer to people in my business.
I think it's an honest
It
answer.
may be.
At any time, she me in the car.
Another dumb bitch who talks a lot of shit, but then when she's confronted in person, she turns into a little baby.
Davion in the car.
That's true.
She could have done that. She could have threw both of those kids under the bus. Okay. And I'm not saying that happened. What I'm saying is there are many possibilities that could have happened from that turn to 4.74 seconds when that black box turned on.
Yes.
And that black box information is non-linear. It doesn't record.
It's not a shh, but you should shh. How about that?
It records bop, 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 bop. Okay. And we had a car expert look at it, and he says, well, maybe she could break at this point. She may have broken between the 2 points. And our lawyer, her lawyer, had that information too and chose not to use it. Again, I do not know why the lawyer chose not to use what resources and what information we did have.
Understand. I understand what you're saying. This is why I answered that they have data.
This is also giving Sarah Boone, who's like, I had insufficient defense and representation, and there's so many things that you didn't know because my defense didn't do their job. There's literally a video of her laughing while her boyfriend was dying in a suitcase. Like, that's what it's giving.
Okay. You're right about the EDR. Why? That's the way an EDR works, is that after there's an impact, it
This is so embarrassing, bro.
It keeps only that small window of data.
What happened? My understanding of what happened is
your understanding is fucking hella wrong.
The car was coming down the road at a good clip. I can't explain the speed. No,
the fuck is a good clip, please? Do you know what that is?
Nobody's going to be able to
keep saying that
because nobody alive other than my daughter was in that car is alive now. Okay. And again, the boy, let me say this because I'm going to get nailed for this.
Don't worry about the reaction. Worry about the authenticity of the statement. Okay. That's all that you control.
I feel for those two boys. I'm heartbroken for both.
Oh yeah. If you were heartbroken, you wouldn't fucking show up like this and allow your daughter to continue to be the piece of shit she is.
Those two boys. And if I can give my life, like I said right from the start, I gladly give my life for those two boys.
I'm sure she fucking threatened to kill the parents at some point too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Today, okay. I've never been more torn during an event. How do I feel grief and remorse and pain for the families and for the two boys? How do I do that and then feel happy for my daughter?
Beautiful curls on Dominic. Wow.
Looking at them, they're just so young. Like,
yeah,
they're baby. I mean, she is too. This is just like incredibly insane. Like him saying, like, that's how EDR works. We know. And you don't know what happened because it doesn't go shh, it goes bump, bump, bump. Like, again, I'm going to reiterate that this is why it's never just one piece of evidence that convicts a person. It is multiple pieces of evidence. Again and again, I'm going to be saying, like, they don't convict a very small little girl, baby woman, whatever you want to call her.
She was 17.
2 consecutive life sentences.
Nope.
Okay, then she was a little girl. Yeah. I mean, crazy. Like, it's not for nothing. These things don't happen without substantial evidence to support the conviction.
I mean, what he's saying is like, anybody who was convicted for anything where they've been convicted, but it wasn't like everybody wasn't in the room for it and doesn't know what happened, they shouldn't be convicted of it because so many millions of things could have happened. How do we know? Like, shut the fuck up. That's not how it works.
I mean, the way that you know what happened is that look at the level of damage that occurred to that car. That's all you need to know. That even if she broke, she was driving at such high speeds that the impact killed 2 people instantaneously. So,
my daughter's lucky to be alive, and I know people are gonna go, good. Okay, look, my daughter's lucky to be alive. She's lucky to be walking. She's lucky not to be a vegetable.
I agree.
Okay, she's lucky. She's the luckiest.
I agree.
And she struggles with that. But I'm torn. It's horrible. It's a gut-wrenching feeling I have every time it comes up. And that's all I've been thinking about for 4 years. And now I have to think about my daughter being unjustly charged. And then every time I open my mouth and say it and point to where it is, I get people questioning, oh, that's a lie. Oh, you're making that up. Why didn't your lawyer use it? Look, if you want to know why the lawyer didn't do it, you need to talk to the lawyer. The lawyer, in hindsight, is a terrible lawyer, and he shouldn't have it. He should not be able to practice.
And you're a terrible father.
Law ever again, in my opinion, after what he did to my daughter.
I understand.
What he did to her daughter, everything people do to her daughter could never possibly do anything wrong in their eyes, very clearly. What the lawyer did to her daughter, his daughter.
You're entitled to it. Just to close the loop on this, okay? I have a lot of experience, obviously, almost 30 years, and watching the evolution of event data recorders. That's why I say EDR. EDR is event data recorder.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Here's what she had.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That made it compelling about intent. And you don't have to agree with this. I don't have to. I'm not going to,
because I kind of feeling what you're going to say, but I disagree with it because
I just want to hear what he's going to say.
Also, you can't disagree with facts.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
I'm here for your answers and opinions, not my own. Go ahead. Why don't you like the assumption that all the data they had indicated a constant acceleration?
I can't explain the constant. There's a picture with her slipper on the gas pedal stuck underneath the brake. Could have been the car. The car has a history. Toyota's cars like that have.
So if the cause was the slipper, it wasn't Potts. So she should have remembered it, right? The fuck.
The history of that gas pedal accelerating. Okay, mind you, I'm not.
He's talking about Toyota like they're the Cybertrucks, bro. You heard about that with the Cybertrucks, right? Like the gas pedal was getting stuck, and people weren't able to decelerate.
Yeah, well, I heard somebody else's commentary on parts of this, and I think like the studies and shit that he's talking about, it's like a few people. It's not like a recall that happened that like
no,
took out.
Toyota is like the most reliable car brand. Like, sure, there's always going to be problems, but yeah, this is just grasping at straws.
That's what happened. I don't know. What I'm saying, it's a possibility. And if it's a possibility, how do you rule it out that it wasn't? You got that. My understanding is that the car was coming down the road at a good clip. The car was out of control at some point. The car thought it was flipping over, and the black box turned on. This is prior to the crash. This is prior to it hitting the sign or hitting the wall. The car black box turned on.
This is the culmination of a man who has been given grace years upon years. Nobody telling him that he's a moron. Tons of participation trophies. I mean, just like, we need to stop mediocre men, period. You're coming here and arguing the most moot point to a fucking decorated lawyer. And he's just letting him talk, right? Because he's like, whatever, I'm going to make money off of you looking like a fucking idiot. Like, people watched your documentary and fucking hated you, and they're going to hate you on this one. And he's just yapping. And he's just, again, he's like clinging on to the fact that like it's not a continuous recording and that it like pulses or whatever the fuck. Like, this guy doesn't care about the forensic science that's involved, all the physics that people have to calculate for these types of things, these types of situations where there's acceleration at question and automobile deaths. And again, I think like more than that is that he's grifting. I don't think he truly believes anything he's saying, but he's willing to do whatever it takes and say whatever he thinks he needs to say to like get his daughter out of prison. But that's like never gonna fucking happen. Like, get over it. Like, and even if she were to, like, something like the Casey Anthony case, like, she'll have to change her name because she will be brutalized by the public. So,
well, that's what you would think. Who fucking knows?
No, I'm sure. Like, Casey Anthony can't show her face in public.
That's true.
The car thought it was flipping over. There was a steering wheel right to left or something. I don't have the right. It went the right to the left to the right, something like that. And then both side airbags deployed prior to that car hitting that sign. And I don't know if anybody knows what a side airbag explodes like. It's not like I'm in a pillow fight at a sorority house. It's not like poof. These are explosions.
Yeah, people know that.
Yeah.
And then there's powder everywhere. And mind you, I'm not saying that's the cause. She wouldn't be able to see where she was.
He's so smug for somebody so fucking vile.
Going anywhere.
He teaches at Catholic school.
Yeah. Damn, even Catholic schools will like move their people around when they commit, child stuff. But this guy got fired. I
mean, I saw the article was saying like that even the diocese was like disappointed in him.
This may be a folly of things that went on. It may have been medical. It may have been the boys. It may have been my understanding is
it may have been anything else. So let my daughter out.
The boys and her had taken shrooms that night, which I had no idea about after the fact.
Oh, here comes the mom. Do you see that? Oh my God. Look at how he looks at her.
No idea about after the fact. Yeah, my understanding is the boys had shrooms in it, but it could have been anything. I just don't.
So he just said that she had shrooms in her system. And the mom is like, the boys did too. That is so fucking horrific to say that.
Neither of them were driving and they're both dead. Shut up, bitch.
I don't know. I can't say, well, it's most certainly Potts, or it's most certainly the car, or it's most certainly the boys, or, there's no evidence to put a finger on.
Like, I forgot how depraved the mother is because she's not in front of my fucking face. You guys have to watch the documentary. I mean, the mother, like, you really want to smack her in the face.
And if you can't say that this is what happened, then how are you charging her? How are you saying? Oh, now, sorry, one more thing. In the documentary, in between the reflection videos and Tim Troop walking down the hall all handsome and stuff. He's heard saying, we looked at everything and ruled it out. So it's this. So we ruled everything out. And I'd like to know what information and what evidence they actually used to rule everything else that could have happened. So
he was probably talking about your stupid excuses like pots. They were like, yeah, no.
That's just him talking. That's him talking and saying, look, I'm lazy. We just want it to be murder. It's like the analogy is here. The wife died.
Listen, cops do that all the fucking time. Look at the Karen Reed trial. That's not what this is, bro.
Guys, the husband did it. That's it. That's the analogy that's going on here. There's no evidence of why it happened. There's no evidence of why. There will never be any evidence of why. And that's the point that needs to be taken.
There's terabytes full of why.
Is about the car. I can't explain the acceleration. I can't explain why the pedal was down. Could it have been the slipper stuck on the pedal? Could it have been the car? Yeah, it's just as likely as she did it on purpose. And there's no
Gata sucia encima.
He's like, but I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the other reasons.
Evidence of purpose. And speeding is not a precursor to murder.
He never once said like, even though there's a chance that she could have done it, like, I don't want her to be in prison. Like, he won't even talk about it. Like, they're so delusional. They can't focus on the now. Like, she's in prison. She's going to stay there. And hopefully she gets her ass beat annually. Annually. Give her enough time to recuperate where her bruises heal and then beat the shit out of her again.
Oh, she's healthy enough to get her ass beat. Look at Chris's face. It's so funny.
It's recklessness. It's reckless. That's why it should have been vehicular homicide, or if worse, reckless vehicular homicide in the juvenile court, which is what our lawyer said it should have been. The one time that's what he said. He was dumbfounded when they bound it over.
All right, let's look at the other.
Okay, so that's the end of this one. And we're going a little long. So yeah,
I would be interested in watching the whole thing, but I know it's going to spike my blood pressure. So definitely not today.
Not today. If you guys enjoyed this, let us know and we will do more content about this because there is so much, as we stated. We could definitely do a little series on it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.